Live from Radio Row in New Orleans, Louisiana. Super Bowl week, baby. Eagles and Chiefs rematch. Some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment will be right here. Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride. It's the Jake Asman Show.
It's a Football Friday live from Radio Row here in New Orleans, which means we had to check in with one of our favorite all-time Jets and, of course, one of our favorite NFL analyst. Leger Douzable joins us now from CBS Sports HQ. Leger, happy Football Friday, man.
Man, we've made it, right, Jake? This is the last day usually here for everybody at Media Row. So it's amazing to get to this point. It's been a really great week. A lot of content, obviously, talking the Super Bowl and then NFL honors was yesterday as well. So it's been a great experience out here in New Orleans.
Does it ever get old being at the site of the Super Bowl and getting ready for a game like this?
Nah, man. I just, blessed is the word that comes to mind, right? Never really want to take it for granted because I know there would be people that would be killed to be in this position. So, as an undrafted guy that made it 10 years in the NFL, just blessed, again, is the word that comes to mind.
Let's talk about our Jets.
Yeah.
New regime.
You
wanted Aaron Glenn. You told me on the radio.
I'm trying to tell you, Jake.
I was on ESPN. That was probably like a month ago now, at least a month ago.
Correct.
That was your guy from the start.
Correct.
They got him. So give us your thoughts on Glenn, Muji, the new GM with him, this brand new Jets regime.
Love the hire. Now, again, to be determined, right? Because we'll see what happens, the product on the field. But when you talk about a guy that's been in that building, I think it was important, Jake, for us to have somebody that is bled green and white, that knows what it means to wear that helmet. A guy that when you walk into one Jets drive, he has his picture up multiple times. I liken it to this. Before Darrelle Revis, the corner that everybody kind of looked up to for the Jets was Aaron Glenn, right? So I thought it was important that we brought a guy in that, one, again, had some skin in the game in the building. Two, knows what it's like to be in the New York market, because I don't think that's talked about enough when you're taking a job in New York, right? You got to have thick skin. And again, amazing press conference by Aaron Glenn. We're the New York freaking Jets. You heard what he said. So amazing hire. Talked to multiple people that have worked under him, worked for him, and have been coached by him. Great leader of men, commands the room. And I think you saw that in the press conference. So I thought it was a home run hire. Again, to be determined. We'll see what happens on the field. Darren Muji, bright up-and-comer. Elevated himself quite quickly. We talk about being an assistant GM in only 10 years. Talked to my guy Kurt Morrison, who was a teammate of his in college at San Diego State. The funny thing is, him and Kevin O'Connor were in the same quarterback room.
I think they were roommates
too, right? So Darren lost the quarterback battle, moved to the receiver position. And this is a guy that has been an integral part in how things turned over in Denver while he was there. So it'll be interesting to see that marriage between him and Aaron Glenn. I think the other thing that's really insightful about this is that Aaron Glenn has some personnel and scouting history, right? He started off as a scout before going into coaching, so they'll be able to feed off each other really well.
Well, it almost feels like Glenn kind of has that Pete Carroll type role or Kyle Shanahan type role, where the head coach is the face of the organization, has a major say in personnel.
Correct.
They're both reporting to Woody Johnson.
Yeah.
So to me, if they ever don't agree on something, like the tie in baseball goes to the runner, they say, I think the tie in any Jet decision would go to Aaron Glenn.
Well, it'd be interesting because they just hired my guy from CBS Sports. And
that's right.
Spielman.
He's no longer your coworker.
Yeah, he's no longer my coworker. So he said, his role is going to be essentially a sounding board for both of these guys.
Which I love, by the way.
Exactly. So, you talked about who's a tiebreaker. Maybe he's a guy that, can lean one way or another and say, guys, this is what I think we should do. I know both of you guys have brought this problem to the table. This is how I look at it. And maybe this is the way we should do it. Because I've been a GM before, so I'm really here just to help you guys in this marriage between head coach and GM. So I love that move as well.
If you're watching this live right now, this is in fact live, not live the tape. We're talking with Leger Douzable. We're going to do the Asmaniac Raffle, our final one on a Football Friday coming up. Look at these prizes, Leger. I got two Joe Namath signed helmets.
How'd you get those?
A signed Klecko helmet, a signed Mark Gastineau helmet, a signed Aaron Glenn photo.
Amazing.
And how about this? You got to get the 31.
You
the
got
throwback
to.
31. We'll send you.
We got to get AG to sign that, too.
That's right. That is right. Now, you brought up Aaron Glenn. You brought up the press conference.
Yeah.
What to me really stood out was, yes, he's a first-time coach, but he understood the job he was signing up for.
Correct.
He wanted the job. He understands the media market.
Exactly.
He understands the pressure that comes with it. He understands the owner. And I was really impressed as someone who wanted previous head coach experience is like my big thing. Like, oh, this is not a job for a first timer.
Correct.
I'm certainly rooting for Aaron Glenn because you just get that sense, as you talked about, leader of men, but really as authentic as you could be, and you just felt that watching him up at that podium. He
gets it. I think that's the most important thing, because I think people asked him during the press conference, did he intend to call plays? And he's like, no, I want to be essentially the CEO. I want to be the best head coach. And I think when you're kind of pigeonholed to calling a defense, it kind of takes you away from maybe some of the other things that you're not paying attention to, right? The finite details. So I love that he said, essentially, he's going to let Steve Wilks call the defense, right? He's going to be the CEO because he wants to be the best head coach, not just the best defensive head coach, right? So that's why I think he was the man for the job, because of decisions like that, right, Jake? We've seen other guys, go to teams and, they've been a really good defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, and they continue to call plays. And that can be a lot, especially for a first-time head coach. So I love that he is entrusting his staff, and I thought he's done a really good job of filling out that staff as well, and he's going to be the guy that kind of steers the ship.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
I mean, I got that on loop, Leger.
I love that.
It's my new ringtone.
I love it.
If you have a comment for Leger, write it in. We'll bring it up on the screen. Anything about the Jets, Super Bowl, his career, of course, in the NFL for over 10 years, let us know. So I have some sound here from Aaron Rodgers. He spoke for the first time, really, since the season ended, since the Jets hired Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji as the next regime here. This was Aaron Rodgers on NBC Sports playing in a golf tournament the other day, being asked about his future.
And for you, I know you have a lot of opportunity to think through in this offseason. To give us a little bit of insight into your thought process.
I'm just enjoying my time right now. I've talked with the Jets. We figure things out. We figure them out.
We appreciate the time.
You bet.
What do you make of that? He talked with the Jets. He didn't say, hey, I'm not coming back to the Jets. Do you think we should read anything into those comments there from Aaron?
Nah, Aaron's strategic in how he does things. I think the thing that hasn't been talked about enough is there's a real possibility he could walk away from the game. I know people are saying the way he finished the season off, he looked good. There's no way he's walking away. I mean, there could be a real possibility Aaron Rodgers goes into the sunset because he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Right. It's all about him and the fit when it comes to Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn and what they want to do going forward. I just find it hard to believe, Jake, that with a new regime coming in, that Aaron Rodgers is going to be a New York Jet. Just because of, again, when the trade happened, so much excitement for the New York Jets, right? And then after 4 plays, his first year goes down. This year, again, high expectations, didn't work. Sometimes when you bring in a new regime, you just kind of want to rip the Band-Aid off and start all over. Now, I know people will say, where do you go at quarterback? And that's the thing that Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn have to figure out.
Well, that's kind of my thing, right? Like, if Aaron's willing to maybe redo his contract, which he has said previously he would be, that means you also probably get Devontae back, which I think would be huge for the receiver room.
How would it be for Garrett?
I mean, is there a way they could run a modern offense and actually utilize Garrett Wilson properly? Like, is there?
I mean, that's the thing. So, like,
is Garrett mad at Aaron, or he's mad at all the losing? Like, that to me is what I don't think gets discussed enough. Like, I think he's just frustrated. He's been a Jet after he's at Ohio State in high school. He probably
in high school,
4 games
I think he
in
lost
his
like
life.
2 games in high school.
And he comes to the Jets, he's losing 10-plus games every year. I think that more than anything is what Garrett Wilson's frustrated by.
And that can wear on you, right, for sure. But again, if you're in his predicament or in his space, what we did last year didn't work. What we've done the last 2 years didn't work. So why would we run all that back together and want me to stay and be here? So, I mean, there's a lot that they have to literally run through to figure out what is the best decision for the Jets. I know I brought this up before. I think Tyrod would be a great bridge guy. Right now, say the Jets draft a quarterback in the second round, Jackson Dart or somebody like that, to be maybe the future guy and develop. Tyrod's got a history of developing good young quarterbacks. I mean, Baker Mayfield, Justin Herbert, those guys, it worked out for them. So that's maybe a decision as well. And, he's beloved in that locker room.
I just worry about him staying healthy. If you guaranteed me 17 games of Tyrod
we can say that
Taylor,
about Rodgers now, too.
That's true, but, to be fair, I know he played through injury.
I would say he was banged up. Yeah.
Well, that's where I hope a guy like Aaron Glenn would hold Rodgers accountable. Not that you're upset with Aaron trying to be a warrior and got through it, but, hey, we appreciate what you're doing, but you're hurting the team because you're not healthy enough to help the team win.
So so I know people will say, like, Tyrod's had an injury. So I'm like, but if we bring back Aaron Rodgers, he's literally the last 3 or 4 years, he's not been healthy. So it's just like, either way, you're dealing with an injury history there. But at least, again, with Tyrod, 1, the money would be a lot different. And 2, it's a guy that the locker room really adores and loves, right? And he has a history with younger quarterbacks being a good veteran quarterback.
Is there a scenario where you'd be on board with Rodgers coming back? Say he takes a pay cut. Say him and Aaron Glenn really hit it off.
Yeah.
For one former great player to an all-time great. Because I could see Aaron maybe really liking Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
I think he has that type of personality where I think maybe him and Glenn would connect, and then Glenn looks around at the options like we are right now, going, It's not exactly like there's an obvious plan
Correct.
B if you move on from Aaron Rodgers.
My thing is, if you do that, Jake, what does it do for all of Aaron's friends? Are they coming back as well?
I mean, I hope I don't have to ever watch Alan Lazard drop
Well,
another
that's
pass.
what I'm asking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I don't
it's
think
just
so.
like,
Based on how Glenn answered the questions, it felt like it was like an intentional, I'm going to set the tone. It's no longer about
Correct.
Rodgers being the savior. We're focusing on just the team, and we're trying to move away from what has been the last few years.
So that's my thing, right? So if Aaron doesn't like that answer,
Right.
does he even come back, right? So
And if
like
he's not
that's
all in on like learning this like new Tanner Engstrand offense.
Correct.
Like I don't want the Aaron Rodgers offense anymore. You got to be bought into what the new scheme
exactly. Like it needs to be Tanner's offense with Norton helping out in a major way. So like I said, there's so many questions to be answered because you got to figure out. I know he said he talked to the Jets. We don't know what that actually entailed. And to your point from the press conference, it looked like AG was letting them know, like, this is what it's going to be. We'd love to have you back if you're cool with how we're going to do things. But if not, then we're going to have to move on. So I think that's the thing that needs to honestly be answered by Combine. Like, they need to figure out if he's going to be back or not by Combine and then put a plan together. They have to put a plan together regardless, either scenario. But if they know for sure he's not coming back by Combine, they need to have a set plan.
Can you come back? Because I cannot watch this defensive line get gashed against the run for another season.
I mean, when you look at it, and we talked about this, Jake, when Robert Saleh got fired and you moved Jeff Ulbrich to head coach, you put so much pressure on him because you essentially took your best coach on the coaching staff and gave him the gambit, right? With that, and he's never had the experience of doing it before. But yet he still had to call the defense. Right. So it was clear that the defense had some shortcomings because of it, right? So it'll be interesting, again, going forward to see what happens personnel-wise in that defensive line room. I know a lot of mock drafts have us taking the defensive line. I know Jet fans hate that, right? But
I think this might be the year to do it.
I was going to say, you just talked about it, right?
Yeah.
They got gassed in the run game last year.
You tell me they get Mason Graham at 7. Where do I sign?
That's the thing. I don't even think he makes it to 7. So that's the issue. Yeah, that's the issue. I think a team like Jacksonville, he doesn't get past them. And then I know people talk about Abdul Carter. I don't think he's going past 3 or 4, right? So when you look at it after that, where do you go?
Are you ready for the tight end debate again this year with Tyler Warren?
Yeah, I don't think you take him that high. I love him. We just had him on yesterday. He's an amazing player. I wouldn't be mad at it because Conklin's going to be a free agent. Right. So we don't know if he comes back. So, I mean, that's the case. It makes a lot of sense. Positional value, I don't think he goes that high. Right now, again, what Brock Bowers did last year maybe helps him, and he does go top 10, right? Because Brock Bowers literally had the greatest rookie season we've ever seen in NFL history. But I think Tedero McMillan makes a lot of sense, especially if Rodgers and Devontae move off. I think he's actually a perfect pairing for Garrett Wilson. Devontae and Garrett have a similar game. And I think at times that kind of hurt the Jets. Like Devontae, again, he wasn't used to playing in the slot. They put him in the slot this year. So it's just like there's so many moving parts, Jake. Right. There's so much work that has to be done. First and foremost, you have to figure out what you're going to do and have a plan at the quarterback position, though.
When do we stop losing, Leger? I'm so sick of it. I was talking about this with your old teammate Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
You realize the last time the Jets had a winning season
was when we were there.
You were there, and you realize they have not even won more than 7 games since that 2015 season that you were a part of.
It hurts, man. It hurts. I feel Jet Nation because trust me, I put on for our squad every week, and they give it to me at CBS week in and week out, week in and week out. This is going to be a process. I know nobody wants to hear that. Right. This is going to be a process for Aaron Glenn. This is something where you want sustained success. You don't want to be crazy and overspend. Like, essentially, we did the last couple of years trying to make a run. You got to build this thing the right way. So I'm going to say it's probably going to take a minimum 2 years, Jake, before – and hopefully maybe we have a Chargers-like turnaround, this year.
They were a 5-win team last year.
Correct.
Harbaugh showed up.
You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully maybe that happens. Again, none of that matters until you get the quarterback position right.
100%. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Last question for Leger, then we'll let him go. He's on the air in 20 minutes, so he's got to hustle to the CVS set. Who you like on Sunday?
I like the Philadelphia Eagles. I know that history's on the line for the Chiefs and the three-peat. I just think, and again, I preface this by saying this, the Eagles are the most complete team in football, but when you look at the last 2 Super Bowls, when the Chiefs played the Eagles and they played the San Francisco 49ers. Those are probably two of the most complete teams in football. The X factor is obviously Patrick Mahomes. I just think the physicality of this offensive line, not only in the run game, but in pass protection as well, is what gives them the edge in this game. Now, Steve Spagnuolo, a lot of respect for him, played for him my rookie year. He's going to take away what you want to do the most, which is run the football, obviously. The thing is, in the Super Bowl, he hasn't faced anybody like Saquon yet. So it'll be interesting to see. Now, well, actually, Christian McCaffrey last year. And people that forget, Christian McCaffrey had 160 all-purpose yards. So he still had a good game.
That fumble that people.
Yeah, exactly. So that hurt him. And that's the thing. When you play Kansas City, this, from a talent standpoint, might be their most talent-deficient team. But this team executes at a higher level than I've ever seen them execute at. They kind of remind me of those old Patriot teams. They're not going to beat themselves. And if you turn it over, you will lose the game versus them. And essentially, that's what happened 2 years ago. The one turnover Jalen Hurts had essentially kind of swung the game in their favor, and then Patrick Mahomes got the ball last, with the James Bradbury call, right? So this is a game where if you're the Eagles, you have to play clean football. You can't turn it over. I think Jalen Hurts has another big game like he did 2 years ago, but this time he protects the football, and they get it done. I'm giving you a score prediction here. 31-27, the Eagles win.
Who's the MVP?
Jalen Hurts.
Love it. Love it.
Hurts.
Leger, you're the man. Thanks for putting on for Jet Nation.
No question.
Appreciate you doing this. We're going to take a quick break. The show will continue after this. We still have the raffle, and we will announce some more prizes for Asmaniac Raffle 15 when I get back to New York next week. Quick break. We're back with more live from Radio Row here in New Orleans.
And the pick is in. Here to announce the 13th pick in the first round of the 2023 NFL Draft. Representing the Jake Asman Show, here's Gator McCluskey. With the 13th pick, it looks like we have a trade with the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to pass out. The Packers send the Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers the 15th pick and a conditional 2025 second-round pick. The Jets send the 13th pick quarterback Zach Wilson along with 6 months of free Netflix along with these Burger King coupons. And now for a special announcement from Jake Asman.
There's consequences to saying dumb things on this show. FM, you're going to the Shadow Realm, bozo, for life. See you never. Let's get back to your calls right now. Let's go to Charles, who's up next on the Gusbuster Hotline. What's up, Charles?
Hey, Jake. Look, I was pleasantly surprised. Well, let me rephrase that. Just Dwayne Brown is a bit.
The Russian Minister of Defense, Sergei Shoigu, and the General Chief of Staff, Vasily Gerasimov.
I'm sorry.
You have like some weird pain fetish.
I understand that, but
sorry, I am.
Oh my!
Hypocrite's a bit much. And honestly, I don't.
Oh, what sleeping?
No, they don't need that.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry.
So what's up? Do you want me to give you those senoritas your phone number?
I'm sorry.
It's killing me. Just sorry, I'm just muttering randomly, but honestly, I don't.
How did?
Sorry, I am just.
Oh my! Oh my God! How did Gator do that? Just that. Oh my! I mean, what a ridiculous video. I mean, there's no words. There's no words. I thought that was legitimately Charles on the line there. It just hilarious. I mean, I don't know what to say. All right, back to the calls we go. Assuming this is a real call, let's go to Craig, who's up next on the Gusbuster Hotline tonight. Craig, are you a real person or are you a robot?
Mate, I'm in Australia. Of course I'm real.
What's up, Craig?
Gator, is there anything you can't do? That's my question.
I mean, I was fooled there, man. Like, that was unreal. I thought I was going to Charles, and it was just wild what just happened there.
Hey, Robert, thanks for taking my question. With Zach starting again Sunday, does he have any compromising photos of you or someone else in the organization?
No, it's a fair question, Jake. I'm going to take the fifth on that one.
What the hell is this going backwards bullshit? You don't go backwards. You throw the ball out of bounds with your big goddamn arm, and you go back in the fucking huddle.
No, it's a fair question, Neil.
This is bullshit.
Jose Feliciano, the blind Puerto Rican guitarist, can see that he is terrible.
This kid does not want to run with the ball.
Are you telling me this is the shit I'm talking about? You bitch his ass! You did his ass on my damn field!
No, it's a fair question, King.
The third damn year we are seeing this in Naptown.
He's not trying to win the goddamn game.
You gotta be kidding me! Send his ass the fuck down!
I could have made 20 yards with that goddamn hole.
If your quarterback cannot play in the NFL, they get rid of him.
Oh, there's one of his 27 seconds, bro. Oh, it's amazing. I don't give a shit.
If you cannot play football, get your ass off the
And
field.
walk around and wipe Rodgers' ass because that's all you're good for.
And you're sitting here defending this bullshit.
If I see Zach Wilson go on that field, me and Lowski are going on personally, and we're going to take his ass off the field.
It is torture, man.
God damn it.
I'm fucking...
All right, thanks, guys.
Joining us right now is a very special guest. We know him as Paul Boy Green Esden Jr. What's up, man?
Jake Gastard Asman, baby. What is up, Jakey?
What's up, man?
Good Lord have mercy.
Oh, God.
Whoa, this Gumby-like body for the friggin' New York
Here we
Jets.
go.
That basketball in there, a little, I'm just going to be like, yeah. Well, chutzpah, you know what I'm talking about? Not too shabby. Yes, things grow stale. What the hell? And the crowd goes, what? Little shish kebab, a little, hey, how you doing? That horse was galloping in the open prairie. Tasty, tasty. This team's hyped, by the way. Ooh, I feel like I'm on crazy pills. Like, champ, Jets are idiots. See, I told you. Shut up, people. But I don't even, pelvic thrust, multiple.
We are back at Radio Row. Thank you again to Leger Douzable from CBS Sports HQ and, of course, former New York Jet defensive lineman for joining us on the show. It's our final day of broadcasting. I hope everyone has enjoyed the litany of content that we have put on this channel. We have gone Jet-specific the only way we know how, with the biggest names on site here in New Orleans. We've had everyone from Thomas Dimitroff to Christopher Mad Dog Russo to Brian Costello, Thomas Morstead, Connor Rogers, Brandon Marshall, Trevor Sikkema, John Jastrzemski, Chris Myers, Craig Carton, Gary V, Baldy, Brian Baldinger, and Stu Gotts. That interview aired on the channel this morning. If you have not had a chance yet to watch it, I think you will really enjoy that one. It was a lot of fun. Big thank you to Cole Thompson for his help producing throughout the week. This is our normal show right now, so the Gustbuster hotline is pinned in the comments if you want in on the conversation. But since it is the final Football Friday of the 2024 season, it is time to announce the winners of the Asmaniac raffle, the 14th raffle we've done, the biggest raffle we've ever done by far. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to share my screen. You see the wheel of names up on the screen. In here, we have 805 entries over the last 10 days for this raffle. I'm going to shuffle the names of the 805 entries that we have in here. Unbelievable. And now, folks, it's time to spin the wheel. We have 2 Namath helmets to give away. The first Joe Willie signed helmet is going to, let's find out. Spin the wheel. And the winner is Purple Belt Mike. PBM is the winner. Namath helmet. Let's go. Purple Belt Mike. How about that Namath helmet for Mike? All right, Mike, you won a prize, which means you're now out for the remainder of the raffle. You won the prize, the most expensive raffle item ever. So I ordered 2 of them, baby. Go hard or go home. Here we go. Namath autograph helmet number 2. The winner is and the winner is Tom D. Tom D, you are the winner. Please get in touch with me, Tom D. If you are not watching live, you can email me, asmanjake@gmail.com. That is the best way to get a hold of me. I'll need an address on where to send your autographed Joe Willie Namath helmet. Congrats to Tom D for winning the second Joe Willie Namath helmet. But don't worry, folks. We have more prizes. Because right now it's time to give away a signed helmet by Jets legend, Pro Football Hall of Famer, Joe Klecko. Back to the wheel we go. It is time to spin the wheel. And the winner is 25, a Joe Klecko helmet for 25. How about that, 25? He's won before, and winners win, man. Winners win. 25, a winner of the Klecko signed helmet. My goal is to send all these items out, by the way, when I get back from New Orleans early next week. I will be mailing it out. Joe Klecko helmet for 25. We have 3 prizes left. Ladies and gentlemen, from Joe Klecko of the Sack Exchange to Mark Gastineau of the Sack Exchange. Signed helmet. Here we go. Time to spin the wheel again. And the winner is Paul Taxter. Paul Taxter. Congrats, Paul. You are the winner here of the Mark Gastineau, or as Beastbreaker would call him, the Mark Gusto helmet. All right, here we go. We got 2 Aaron Glenn-related prizes left here in Asmaniac Raffle number 14. The first one is a signed photo framed from our new head coach. Aaron Glenn signed photo. Comes with the frame. I spent big bucks for that frame. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The winner is... you guys can't see him. Spinning the wheel. There it is. Chris NJ75. Chris NJ75. Get in touch with me, Chris. You are the winner of the Aaron Glenn photo. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings up our last, but certainly not least prize. It is a jersey of our new coach, number 31, Aaron Glenn. You got to message me what size you want if you win, and we will get it ordered and sent out to you as quickly as possible. Our last winner of the biggest raffle we have ever done here on the Jake Asman Show is... The wheel is spinning right now. And the winner is Mike D's Nuts. And folks, any excuse I have to play this video, I'm going to play it. D's Nuts. Hell yeah, Mike D's Nuts is our final winner of our Asmaniac 14th raffle. Congrats to all our winners. Mike D's Nuts, you are the last winner. Mike D's Nuts. Put the note in my phone so I don't forget. AG jersey. Incredible. But guess what? We're not done with raffles. They're too much fun. Who's ready for the first prize of Asmaniac raffle number 15? You ready? A signed Hall of Fame helmet by Jets legend number 28, Curtis Martin. New York Jets Hall of Fame helmet signed by Curtis Martin. That is the first prize in our next raffle. If you want in and you want to support the channel, you can get a channel membership and you'll be first entered in our weekly Asmaniac raffle. So get a membership and you'll have a chance to win a Curtis Martin helmet. For this show, in honor of Football Friday, a $5 super chat will count for 1 raffle entry. 10 will count for 3, and 20 will continue to, as always, count for 5. Congrats again to our winners, and I want to thank everyone out there for supporting the channel, allowing us to basically have the resources to do an awesome week here at Radio Row, where we've had some tremendous big name guests on this channel. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. By the way, for those of you who want in on the raffle who can't catch the show live, there's now a way to do it. You'll see on your desktop, if you watch the show, there is a button that says thanks on the side. If you hit that button and then send in a donation, you can get in the raffle that way. That goes for everyone who has reached out that said, Jake, I love the show. I just can't watch it live. Typically, I want it on the raffle. There's now a way to do it. So I want to thank everyone who reached out. All right. Appreciate all of you for your support. Let's do our normal show. We just had Leger Douzable on. We got this guy behind us here, or right here filming. We love it. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Let's say hello right now on the Gusbuster hotline to Kyle Clifton. What's up, Kyle?
What's going on, Jake? It's been a great week.
Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the content.
Great. So I'm taking a little bit of a different tack with Spielman. I'm a little troubled that he's on his podcast saying that this is kind of like a telecommuter gig. Like he feels like he's got 1 foot in and 1 foot out as the senior football advisor. Where if we were looking for someone to take like a senior football, vice president of operations role, we would hope that he would be riding herd over the GM and the head coach, basically sitting on top of them, providing a buffer between them and the ownership. It seems like the way he's describing this, he's going to be a sounding board for the GM and the head coach, which is fine for the immediate term. And at some point in the future, I don't know if that changes or whatever, but if you're quitting your 33rd team job and you're quitting your podcast with CBS to take this role, you would have to think that you'd think it was going to be more of an enduring position. And he's 62 years old. As far as he knows, this could be his last job in football. I'm wondering if after the draft, if after like a trial period, he does assume like that vice president of football operations role between ownership and the head coach and Muji. And because right now, just telecommuting, working from home several days a week, it's not really, I don't think it's going to really fulfill the role that we would hope, even though I like the fact that we're bringing the expertise in, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
I like the hire a lot, Kyle. I just think him being there as a sounding board is exactly what they needed. So I don't have a problem with anything about his role. I think Spielman is a smart football guy. He's had some really good drafts in his career. He's been a GM twice. I really don't see the downside here with bringing him in. He's a seasoned guy that could help the third youngest GM out in the league.
No, I don't question the experience, but my one reservation is it seems a little half-hearted, and that's the part that I don't like.
Well, I mean, I don't think he would take this job if he didn't think there was value in it, right? His brother is in the exact same role with the Lions. Probably has heard a lot on what that role can maybe provide to a franchise.
All right. Very good. I'll talk to you soon.
You got it. Appreciate it, Kyle. Good call as always. I like the Spielman hire. I really do. I understand why some are saying, wait a second, the Jets hired a guy that assisted with hiring the GM. Was this all just a plan all along to pick a guy that he knew would bring him on? I understand that. But I think Rick Spielman's a really good football guy. And I think the Jets need to surround a very inexperienced GM and head coach, right? We know Aaron Glenn's an experienced coach, but not a head coach. I think we need to surround them with some experience. And I think that's what Spielman provides. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. No one has sent in a super chat yet. Reminder, if you super chat, it cuts the line. Stack writes in, Jake, you keep putting these bangers out. Hit the like. Thank you, Stack. I'm glad everyone is enjoying the content on the channel this week. BC writes in, Eli Manning Hall of Fame snub. I thought Eli got snubbed. Now, he's going to get in. Just not first ballot, obviously, after last night. But Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer. All right, argue with a wall. Like, I really don't even think it's a question if he's going to get in. If you're going to dock him from first ballot, fine. But I don't know if he gets in next year now either, because Drew Brees is up for the first time, so he's getting in. I think you look at Eli's career. He played in one of the golden eras of quarterback. So, okay, he wasn't his brother. He wasn't Brady. He wasn't Breeze. He wasn't Rodgers. But you know what? Eli Manning's a top-level quarterback. He's a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. That matters. He beat the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl. Had game-winning drives in each of the games. He's going to get in. Stack has gifted a channel membership, so let it be known that Stack is the first person to be in Asmaniac Raffle number 15. After, if you're just tuning in, we announced the winners of Asmaniac Raffle 14. All 6 of our epic prizes here on a Football Friday. Stack, you're in the raffle. You have the first opportunity to win a signed Hall of Fame helmet by Jets legend Curtis, my favorite Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, hit it.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Curtis Martin, a former teammate of our head coach, Aaron Glenn, obviously. The second person in our next raffle is South Philly. He's gifted a channel membership.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Hell yeah. Appreciate the support, South Philly. Let's see who got 2 of these memberships here. Mac Nova is a channel member now, and so is Jetwing67. Super chat from FPP. Sterling Sharp, hell yes. Yeah, long overdue. Long overdue. Also, Antonio Gates should have been in last year, so I'm glad he got in this year. No-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Appreciate everyone continuing to support this channel this week. Write in the comments if you're not watching live, or if you are watching live, who's been your favorite interview that we've had on the show. Also, Chris, I see that you just shot me an email, so I'm going to respond right now on the air to you, Chris. Send me your address, and I will send you the AG photo. Go Jets. Thanks for supporting the channel. How about that, folks? Multitasking. All right, you find another talk show host sending emails and doing a show. Curly has gifted a channel membership. He's in our next raffle with this very kind gesture. Boom. Curly's channel membership was gifted to Andrew Kennedy. Love it. Let's get to more of your calls. The Gusbuster hotline is open for those of you who do, in fact, want in on the conversation. I appreciate all of you guys continuing to support. Let's say hello right now to a guy that is ready to go ahead of the big game on Sunday. He's fired up. He's going to sit his ass on the couch. He's going to plop down and not move for hours. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course. Sit up my fat ass on the couch.
That's what you do, Bobby. That's what you're
You
born to
didn't
do.
send me anything. Did you send me anything in the mail?
I sent you a bunch of items with Mikey. I sent you stickers, bumper
No,
stickers,
you didn't
magnets.
send me this thing, right? You didn't send me this.
No, I didn't send you that. Or did I?
I don't know. It came in the mail the other day.
Put it on.
Not right now.
Put it on. Put it
I'm
on.
not doing it right
Put it-
now. I'll do it next show I have it on for you.
I don't know when my next show is. I'm live at Radio Row.
Yeah, but you got to have your next show next week.
I don't
I'm
know.
just
This might be my last ever show. I'm retiring.
Okay, good. I'm happy for you.
Okay.
At the tender age of 29, you're retiring.
That's it. I've had enough. I can't
No,
deal with
yeah.
you anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, nice to see you today, Jake.
You as well. What's on your mind?
It's always nice to see you. Yeah, Craig Carlton was the best interview you had.
Yeah, did you like that I had Craig on for you?
Yeah, you didn't mention me, though, right?
I did not, no.
I like him.
Hector says, stop being a diva, Bobby, and put the shirt on.
Hector, won't you mind your own business and play with your dog, okay? Thank you.
Why would you hold the shirt up again? I didn't even see what it was.
It was our friend.
Who?
Our friend, Beastbreaker.
Wow, a Beastbreaker t-shirt.
Yeah, I thought you sent it.
No, I did not. But Beastbreaker, he's got a lot of allies out there in the universe, so he probably sent you some merch because you're on his side.
No, I think you sent it.
Let's talk about the real story here. How did the Burger King interview go?
It looks good. I think I should have the Monday job by Monday or Tuesday. The regular manager has to come back from her vacation.
You think so?
Yep.
What questions did they ask you?
No, what do you want the position you wanted? I told them I wanted to cook, the hours I could give them, and it seemed very good.
Do they seem like they valued your qualifications, that you'd be a good fit
Yeah.
with their organization?
Yeah, right down the road from them too. She liked me very much.
Did they ask you what your favorite combo is at Burger King?
No, they didn't.
They didn't. Why
no,
not?
I don't know. That's not the question they asked me. I don't know.
Interesting. I feel like they should have.
I have no clue. Yeah, I don't know.
What did you wear to the job interview? Did you wear your robe?
No, I did not wear my
No?
robe. I wore a nice shirt and a nice pair of slacks.
Very nice. Did you tuck in your shirt?
Yes, I did.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep, no sweatpants. No
Nick
robe.
wants to know, was the Burger King hiring manager starstruck by interviewing the legendary Bobby Midnight?
Well, I didn't tell her I was Bobby Midnight. Just
Well, she's going to learn the old-fashioned way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, that's not the one who called me honey. The ones on vacation called me honey.
Ah.
Yeah, that's the first one. Brooke was just doing the job anyway.
Big fella with a super chat. This is a raffle injury. Sam, I see your super chat. I'll get to it next, but big fella is on topic here to you, Bobby. He says, is Desiree the only hairdresser in Vermont, Bobby?
Yeah, that's my girl. That's who I have touched my hair.
I see.
She had a death in the family, so.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so.
What are you up to this weekend, Bob? You excited for the game?
Yeah, I'm going for the Chiefs. I don't want no smelly Eagles winning it. The
Who
only
smells
guy I
worse,
like.
the Eagles or you when you don't shower for a week?
Oh, yo, I got to tell you something about that happened on the radio this couple of mornings ago.
do
Yeah,
you mean?
probably me when I don't take a shower for a couple of days. Yeah.
Yeah, you stink.
Yeah.
Someone
But I
came up to
smell
me
nice
here
now.
someone came up to me here that is a regular viewer of the show and
Yeah.
said, I smell Bobby. I live in LA and I smell Bobby from where
Oh,
where I
good.
live.
He has that good of it now. Okay, that's good. Okay,
Yeah,
well, on the radio this couple of days ago, the guy says, would you ever tell your friends that you know that they have body odor? And that was the question of the day.
Interesting.
Body odor.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I know. I was thinking about Jake.
I would tell you. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you anytime I smell you and you stank.
Yeah, well, I took a shower today, so I don't stink.
That's good. You look good, Bob.
You look good, too.
Thank you.
So are you going to the Super Bowl itself, too?
I'm not. I've been before, but I'm not this year. I'm coming back tomorrow, and I'm
Oh.
hosting a radio show on Mad Dog Sports Radio on Sunday from 12
Oh.
to 3.
All right, I'll call into your show then.
I look forward to it.
Then they have the long pregame show for 6 hours on Fox.
That's right.
At that time.
You excited to hear
6
Tom Brady
hours.
call the Super Bowl?
Oh, he's not doing it. I don't think.
No, he is doing it. Fox has the game.
Oh, I thought they can't do it because he's part Raider.
No, he's still doing it.
Oh, he's still doing it. Okay, the way I heard, I don't know where. Oh, probably Facebook as usual. Duh. Stay away from that place. Yeah. Don't want to deal with that. So,
I see.
Beast Break on the line yet?
No, he's not. He's not.
Has he called in all week? I've been busy.
Yeah, he's called in a couple of times.
Oh. All right, so you're flying out today?
No, I already told you when I am. You didn't listen to me.
Yeah, it's Saturday you're flying out.
Yeah, that's not today.
Guess what? Who else is flying in?
Who?
About 10 more hours, he'll be there.
Gator has announced that he sent you the Beast Breaker shirt.
Oh, thank you, Gator. Appreciate it. I thought it was you. You were
Nope.
supposed to step. I didn't get the other thing you sent me either. You said a microphone or something.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You said a microphone. That's what Addison told me.
I was sending you a microphone? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. That's what Addison told me the other day.
All right, Bob, I'm going to move on if that's okay.
Oh, yeah. No. You have a good trip home. Well, you didn't answer my second. Who's flying in?
Bob, Gator sent you a microphone. I didn't know anything about this.
Yeah, Gator did. I didn't get it yet. It's got he's landing in 10 more hours. Your best friend in this chat.
Who's my best friend?
He's visiting. He's going over, down under.
Oh, you're talking about Bobby. We got to work on this. People don't know that Hawk is flying to Australia. They don't.
Oh, well, you know.
I
was
know,
talking
but I
to
thought you were talking about someone landing in New Orleans to go to the Super Bowl, not Hawk, who never calls this show ever. He just comments.
I know.
To be
I don't
landing in
know why.
Australia.
Oh, you know I like the Yankees and the Jets. Can't believe Jake and Rodgers met on more than just a hat on Bobby.
God, Bobby. No one knows what you're. But good luck to Hawk. Ladies and gentlemen, a super chat from Abu Dhabi Jet fan. This is 3 raffle tickets today only. Once I get back to New York, we're going to get back to our normal system of $20 super chats, get you 5 as a way in the raffle. Abu Dhabi says, Jake crushing it from NOLA. What's for dinner tonight? Great question. I don't have dinner plans just yet. We went to a steakhouse last night. Took Cole out as a thank you for all the help this week. I don't know. Something good, though, because the food here is incredible, Abu Dhabi. So your super chat after YouTube takes its 30% is roughly $7 that will go towards my dinner fund. So thanks for help funding it, Abu Dhabi. I appreciate it. Food here is incredible. So shout out to Sam with 3 raffle entries with this $10 super chat. By the way, for those tuning in late, we did raffle 14 earlier, the 2 Namath helmets. If you won, here are the winners. Once again, Namath helmet 1, Purple Belt Mike. Namath helmet 2, Tom D. Joe Klecko sign helmet, 25. Gastineau sign helmet, Paul Taxter. AG photo, Chris NJ 75. Mike D's Nuts won the Aaron Glenn jersey. Sam says requirements for A-Rod are known. What do the Jets have to do to help him succeed if he comes back? I think the biggest thing they have to do to help him is fix the defense and get a running game. Look at Aaron. If Aaron's back, don't view him through the lens of he's going to be able to be our savior and win MVP and elevate us. Look at him through the lens of he is a backup, or he is a bridge quarterback. Ladies and gentlemen, Cole Thompson has officially been slimed. Come over here, Cole. Show this to the camera here. A slimed man.
What up?
A man of slime.
What up? Let's see. I can't even do it.
You can't even put the headphones on.
Nope, can't even do it.
No, you're a slimed man.
I am. I'm gorgeous. It had to happen eventually. I smell like crap. I feel like crap. I had to get slimed. Feel good about myself.
M7D says, is there a way to call in via mobile device? There is. Hit the StreamYard link from your phone. There's an app you can download too for StreamYard that makes it easy as well. Just put your phone on Do Not Disturb when you call in.
Beautiful. Jacob,
Gator says
show.
he feels bad for that slime.
Gator, it smells like crap. Kind of like me. Flying off a scooter.
Love it.
Love it.
Love it. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Cole Thompson's here. Hustling and bustling. Chasing names. Taking names. Anyone else good that's walking around? I saw Jameis Winston was like 2 feet away from us before. It's interesting. Normally Radio Row does die out pretty quick on Friday, but this is like the deadest I've seen it like this early. It's not even noon yet. I think a lot of players were out last night late and they're hungover. Not a ton of Jet current players here. Every year I've been at Radio Row, Sauce has been at Radio Row, Garrett as well. Neither of them are here this year, is my understanding. CJ Mosley was here last year. He's not this year. Yeah, all we had player-wise from the Jets was Morstead, who came on our show, and then Jermaine was making the rounds with Quincy on Tuesday. Jermaine looks good, by the way. I'm excited for his return. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. I want to reset for those tuning in. We got Leger Douzable's thoughts on these comments from Rodgers. I want to go more in depth and give you my theory on what these comments mean. This was Aaron Rodgers a few days ago on NBC Sports being interviewed and being asked about his future.
And for you, I know you have a lot of opportunity to think through in this offseason. To give us a little bit of insight into your thought process.
I'm just enjoying my time right now. I've talked with the Jets. We figure things out. We figure them out.
We appreciate the time.
You bet.
He's talked with the Jets, and it wasn't, we're gonna release you. Like, we figured it out. We made our decision. You're gone. I wonder if the Jets said, hey, we want you back. Here are the stipulations. You let us know your thoughts. Like, you know what I mean? They're gonna treat Aaron with respect because of who he is and what he's accomplished. And they're gonna say, if my theory's right that they want him back, but they want him back with certain stipulations, contract, we're getting rid of Lazard, we're doing it our way, you're gonna run the offense the way we see fit, etc. If they had that talk, they're going to say, you don't need to make a decision now. Let us know. We know that you're still even on the fence, and if you want to play. So let's meet. We'll talk again, and eventually we'll come to terms on what we're going to do. I think this is wrapped up before the Combine. I don't think the Jets want to go to the Combine where they're going to be in the center of the NFL universe with every reporter there asking a new GM and new coach only Aaron Rodgers-related questions when they're up there on the podium. The NFL Combine starts February 24th. That week. I'm flying out that day. We're going to be doing our show from Indy Tuesday through Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, Purple Belt Mike just learned that he won. Mike, not only did you win, you won the best prize, I think, in the history of the raffle. A signed Joe Namath helmet with the certificate of authenticity and a display case included. Mike, you're a great listener, great Jet fan. I'm happy you won. Like the video, everybody, and shout out to Purple Belt Mike. Jets Johnny thinks that Rodgers is 100% back and it's already been decided. I tend to I can't go that far. I think there's a strong possibility he's back. I think it's at least 50-50. Because once again, everyone I've talked to this week, and I said that wants to move on from Rodgers or doesn't think he's coming back. When you ask them what's the alternative, they all suck at coming up with a good idea that's not Aaron Rodgers as a one-year bridge. Like, once again, I'm not married to you have to bring Aaron back at all costs. I understand why you'd want to move on if you could with the new regime coming in. I get it. And his age, all that. You have to tell me, though, what the alternative option is if we're moving on from Aaron Rodgers, who threw 28 touchdowns last year. You have to still tell me what that alternative is. Because, to me, Rodgers is their best option as a quarterback. Even Dimitrov, who interviewed for the job and said that he would move on. Then when I said, well, wouldn't you meet with him and couldn't your opinion be changed? And he essentially said, yeah, if Aaron Glenn met with him too and he wanted him, we would change our minds. Justin says, we need Jermaine back to who he was before the Achilles injury. I'll tell you what, Jermaine did say that he's going to be good to go for the offseason program. So that's encouraging. Marvin with an Asmaniac super chat. Would you rather us draft Jackson Dart or Jalen Milroe in the second or third round if we choose to draft a rookie? I would rather Dart in the second round than Milroe. That's the question. If your question is whether I'd rather take use a first round pick on Jackson Dart or take Milroe, I'm taking Milroe. I'm not using a top 7 pick over. I'm not using a top 7 pick on Jackson Dart. I'm not. Mike, Purple Belt Mike loves Jackson Dart. I'm glad Mike won the helmet, but he's nuts for his Jackson Dart at 7 take. Don't fall for it, people. You should not go 7. He should not go 7. No way, no how. Ladies and gentlemen, the wings have opened up. Cole, if you want to get yourself some wings, do it before they all run out. The Bounty Hut has wings. It's insane. Oh. Hey, Jameis, would you come to the Jets? They might need a quarterback. Yeah. Jets. Jets. Ladies and gentlemen, our exclusive interview with now friend of the show, Jameis Winston. We finally got a man on the street, but he wasn't close enough to the fence where we could get him mic'd up. Jameis Winston nodded his head and then said, the Jets fly. And that's why I said Jets, Jets. Did you get that on camera, Colt? You followed it? That's awesome. Ha! Friend of the show, Jameis Winston. Clip that, boy, Green. Love that. Jameis Winston to the Jets. Is that Debo Samuel right there? I think it is. Debo, happy Friday. Appreciate you. All right, now it's picking up a little bit. Maybe we just stay on and do man on the street interviews. Where's Gary? I should have said Jameis. Can you say something nice to Gary 3D Boxing? Incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, more super chats are flying off the shelves. This one's from Fiore. He got, for today only, $10 super chats or 3 raffle tickets for our next raffle, which features a grand prize of a Curtis Martin signed Hall of Fame helmet, which is awesome, by the way. It's not quite the name it signed helmet, but I think this is pretty cool. Fiore writes in, the reality is if we move on, his dead cap of $49 million means you're going with Tyrod and some journeyman to back him up. They won't have cap room to do anything. Projected $100 million dead cap total. Yeah, if they take their medicine and do that, Tyrod, I think, is the overwhelming favorite to be the week 1 starter. Or maybe like Kirk Cousins, which would suck because you get him for nothing. But it's like, if you're going to go with Cousins, then why the F aren't you just going to bring Aaron back? You know? Big interview, guys. We had Jameis Winston on the show. Oh, man. Let's see. Anyone else walking by here? I don't know. All right. Let's get to some more of your calls here. Let's say hello to Nick T. What's up, Nick?
What's up, Jake? Phenomenal job interviewing.
Thank you. Did you enjoy the Jameis Winston interview?
I did. Exclusive.
Big time exclusive.
Breaking news, he's coming to the Jets. That's what I took away from that.
100%. Everyone tell Samini to tweet it.
So, talking about quarterbacks, because you were talking about, I agree with you. I think Rodgers, there's not going to be a veteran that's better than Rodgers, right? My issue, if it is one, is I really like Jackson Dart. I agree he's not a top 10 pick. Would love him in the second round. My issue in general with Rodgers, or bringing Rodgers back, is just that the last couple of games, I want a young quarterback that if the Jets fall out of it for the last 2-3 games, like we've been the last couple of seasons, that we can at least evaluate a young quarterback, and Rodgers has to be willing to take a seat in that case. And I think that was the reason why this, if we had a young quarterback, maybe we would have seen Jordan Travis here. I don't know, but if he was healthy, but I would have liked to see that, at least give us hope for the future. Because again, if he's willing to do that, I'm on board. He's the best option. I agree with you. Moving forward. The other thing is I know it's an inexperienced staff. I really love this staff, how it's coming together. I know a lot of the guys haven't had play calling ability, things like that, but who we're plucking and the organizations that Glenn is plucking from, like you look at Aaron Curry from Pittsburgh, right? A linebackers coach. If I'm trying to get a coach from Pittsburgh, I want someone on the defensive side of the ball, and linebackers is probably where I'm headed, right? I like the special teams, the choice of the special teams coordinator, right? I think he's doing a lot of things, a lot of hunger. Scott Turner, right? Norv Turner, for years and years, was one of the best, if not the best, offensive coordinator in football. So if you're getting that lineage to come to the Jets as passing game coordinator, I think all the stars are aligning. We've got the right staff that's hungry enough and has the right lineage to take us places. So
well, I especially like the Turner hire because you had a very inexperienced offensive staff before he got there. So I think that's huge. He's called plays for multiple teams, been around the NFL a long time. Maybe Norv could be a senior advisor. I thought that was a very good hire by the Jets.
Yeah, I love it. And I mean, not that he's going to be this, but you look at, Shanahan, right? Like Shanahan came from that you grow up in coaching, you learn a lot. You learn a lot from those coaches and the ones that are successful. So I think he's going to bring a lot to this coaching staff. So I'm really excited. Just leave it on this note for this game. I think the Eagles are winning. I have a feeling that this defensive line is going to, especially the defensive tackles, are going to have a lot of A-gap pressure on Mahomes. And it's going to be tough for them to stop Saquon. No one seems to have any answers for Saquon.
I get it, but Steve Spagnuolo is one of the greatest defensive minds of all time, so he might have an answer.
He might, but they move the ball regardless. They both move the ball.
They do. Well, I'll tell you what. I think the Eagles are the better team. I think the Chiefs have that it factor. I think they're the better coach team, and they have the best player. They have Mahomes.
No, it's fair, but I just think, like I said, I think that pressure will get there, and they'll get him off his spot a couple times, enough to win the game. So we'll see. Again, I think with this Super Bowl, we all lose. But
yeah, unfortunately, good call, Nick.
Take care.
Nick T, everybody. Super chat from PBM. Jake, are you doing a show later? I need to get back to the community. Mike, I don't know if it's going to be like one of these long form shows. Our schedule is very much up in the air right now. There's a lot of moving parts, as you can imagine. That said, if you can't gift today, don't feel like you have to, man. I mean, you won the raffle for a reason. You supported the channel, and you were rewarded for doing so. But I appreciate the gesture, man. Mike won our grandest of grand prizes. Love that. The Joe Willie helmet. Mike, I'll get that out to you next week when I get back to New York. Wayne writes in, you could absolutely argue Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback than Rodgers. He's more durable, puts up consistent numbers, and doesn't bring the drama. Rodgers might have the legacy, but Cousins equals better. Based on what? Kirk Cousins we got benched last year. Kirk Cousins is not better than Aaron Rodgers right now. Based on what? The only thing you could say is that Cousins doesn't bring the quote-unquote drama, but like, okay, and Kirk Cousins is 36, coming off the same injury Rodgers did. And last year, He had 18 touchdowns and 16 interceptions. Rodgers was 28-11. I disagree with this. If you tell me their plan is to bring in Kirk Cousins, I mean, I'm not going to automatically send him to the hole because maybe there's people that agree with him, but I'm going to let the chat deal with this. Send Wayne to the hole. So 30 minutes right now, 10 super chats. Wayne's in the hole. Just at a bounty goal. Let the chat decide if they want to send him for that one. It's like teetering on a ridiculous take. Mike D's Nuts is in the house. Mike, you won a prize again. D's Nuts explosion. Mike, the prize you won is pretty cool. A signed jersey. Or excuse me, not signed. A Aaron Glenn jersey. The person who won the signed Aaron Glenn photo was Chris NJ. $5 super chats. Get you a raffle entry. Dakota writes in, how much for the hole? $20? You know what? It's Friday. Dakota, you send him $20 right now. We'll send Wayne to the hole. Because his take was stupid. It wasn't maybe hole worthy, but you know, I'm in New Orleans. I need money for the festivities later. So who am I to turn down $20 to send Wayne to the hole? Jay writes in, he'd rather have Beastbreaker at quarterback than Cousins. Unreal. More of your calls right now. Let's say hello to our king, the great King Lowski's up next. What's up, King?
Jake, my brother. It's always good to see you on a Friday. Hopefully we get Paul Boy Green this afternoon because you know it's always a wild show with you and the Paul Boy Green. You know, let me just say this, man. I woke up today feeling like, you know, it's 3 things guaranteed in life. Death, taxes, and the Bills with 0 Super Bowl rings, baby. It's just lovely to know that them sucker duck Jills ain't in this Super Bowl. Let me just say this about our team, though, man. You know, I know everybody wants to say, you know, all of these options and theories about not getting A-Rod back. Nah. Okay? We're not going to do that. All right? We just not going to throw
Stand by, King. Stand by. We have breaking news right here. Jets Johnny just said, I'm taking matters into my own hands. This guy, Wayne, you're a fool for the Kirk Cousins take. $20, the lowest price we've ever had to send someone to the hole because I am in total. I do not give a bleep mode today. Ladies and gentlemen, right now it's time to say farewell to Wayne.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
Had to be done. Jets Johnny, thank you very much. That's $14 to the Jake Asman Night in New Orleans fund as well. Oh, man. We played blackjack last night. I'm on quite the run, too, by the way. I left up again last night, so we're doing pretty good going into our final night here. I don't want to lose it all, but, you know, scared money don't make money, as my guy King Lowski knows, who joins us again. What's up, King?
You damn right, Jay. Scared money don't make no money, baby. You already know, boy. I hope you hitting horrors for everything they got, Jake. To Wayne, adios. We'll see you later, my guy. But yeah, man, I just want to, man, let's just not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's get A-Rod back in the building. That's if he wants to play. That's if he wants to win. Let's just get him back in the building and see what he has. I'm sure it's going to be competition when it comes to the offseason because Aaron Glenn is going to run the team the way he wants to run the team. So it's going to be some level of competition. You know what I'm saying? I just want the defensive side of the ball to get their act together. and I know Aaron Glenn can make that happen, baby. But I'm excited, and I just want to see what the future holds for our Jets, baby. I just want to say, man, safe travels to you. Hey, Cole, get them damn wings. Hey, ASAP, Cole. We need them wings, baby. All right, yeah, get it down, Cole.
Down goes the wing.
Don't lose no wings, Jay, baby. Eat good for me. Jets. Let's go.
King Lowski, baby. Let's go. Shouting out Cole for the wings. Love that. Jets Johnny says, Jake, give my tickets to King. How about that? King Lowski, Jets Johnny, who just gave you 5 raffle entries. So that super chat sending Wayne to the hole. Incredible. I'm going to remove the goal, by the way, because Jets Johnny just said F it. I did 10 light blue super chats, right? So that's $2. So that's $20. And Jets Johnny's just like, I'll just take matters into my own hands. Screw this guy Wayne suggesting Kirk Cousins is a better option. I understand those who don't want Rodgers back. I do. I'm not like, you got to bring him back no matter what. Like, you could, once again, tell me the plan that's better than Aaron Rodgers for 1 year. If you come up with something that makes sense, I'll say, good, I'm in. I don't see the alternative options that are better. It's as simple as that. I mean, someone tell me. More of your calls right now. Adam is up next. Hey, Adam.
Hey, what's happening, Jake?
Adam, what's going on, man?
Couple of questions, though. I was thinking about the quarterback, and I don't want to steal Cole's thunder on anything because I think he's right about McCord, and I also think there's some stats that are worth looking into. Not that there's a silver bullet on stats, but I know that the passer efficiency rating is a really good indicator of doing well in the NFL. If you look at the season-by-season passer efficiency ratings, according to College Football Reference, it's actually quite impressive what the hit list is. But this year's crop of quarterbacks didn't necessarily get as high as other years. So it's just something that's going to be interesting to monitor. I'm looking forward to hearing what Cole's got to say about a lot of the other quarterbacks in the class.
Yeah, it's a great take. And look, if that's what they ended up doing, I would have no problem with that type of day 2, day 3 dart throw.
Yeah, but let's talk about day 1 actually. So just food for thought in terms of Aaron. Let's assume for now Aaron Rodgers stays, which I think everyone would be pretty cool with. If Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward fell to 7, would you take him?
Yes, either one of them. If they're there at 7 in some wild scenario, I would. Honestly, if they're there at 5 and I could trade up a little and get, if it's Cam Ward, I would. Okay. He's the only. I think Cam Ward is the best quarterback prospect of the class. I do. I don't hate Shedeur. I think Shedeur might be good. I just think Cam Ward has more special traits. I think Shedeur's his ceiling is not as high as what Cam's ceiling could be if Cam hits his full potential.
Yeah, and then second question would be, let's just let's say neither of those two are on the board at 7, and there was an offer to trade down in return for something. Would you prefer getting a second-round pick in this current draft or a first-round pick next year, knowing that there could be some good quarterbacks?
Easy. First-round pick next year, because you might need to, if the Jets bring Rodgers back and they have that season that Buffalo had with Tyrod when they ended their 17-year playoff drought, I think you're going to want the extra first-round pick to wheel and deal like they needed to go and get your quarterback. They needed it for Josh Allen. The Chiefs needed the trade up to get Mahomes. The Ravens needed the trade up to get Lamar. You don't need to just suck to get your quarterback. You could wheel and deal in the draft and do it, and I think the Jets should try and load up on assets to do it. They did it when they traded for Darnold, by the way. You had to move up from 6 to 3. So yeah, I definitely want the first round pick if I have my choice.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how those go in terms of assets, because I know next year's class is very hyped with a bunch of folks that are coming out. So cool. Thanks for your answers. Good talking with you.
Adam, who do you like on Sunday?
Chiefs, but I have money on it. That's why.
Yeah, I'm probably going to bet the Chiefs too.
Yeah, I got a long bet. I got a parlay for Dodgers winning the World Series, which they did. Chiefs win the Super Bowl. And then I have UConn winning March Madness. That third leg doesn't look so good right now. But
you went with the 3-peat in both sports? Interesting.
I did. I made it back in June. So $5 could be $1,500 if they all hit. But I'm probably going to cash out if the Chiefs win, because I don't think UConn's going to do it again. But you can never rule them out. They're school that's always in until they're not. So
no, they got a great coach. Adam, great call, man. Appreciate you. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line We announced the winners of Asmaniac Raffle 14 earlier in the show. Leger Douzable, he joined us as well at the top of the show. So we had Leger join us today. Stu Gotts, that interview dropped on the channel. I mean, who's got it better than us here at Radio Row? And moments ago, we had an exclusive interview with a possible Jet quarterback option. If you're just tuning in, here's my exclusive one-on-one interview with free agent quarterback Jameis Winston. Hey, Jameis, would you come to the Jets? They might need a quarterback. Yeah. Jets, Jets. Ladies and gentlemen, our exclusive interview with now friend of the show, Jameis Winston. He said, the Jets fly? That to me is a yes. He would come to the Jets. I mean, what more do you need, people? Find me anyone that's giving you that type of electric content. All right? You find me someone that can give you Jameis Winston on the Jake Asman show like that. Ladies and gentlemen, a super chat from Cheats fan. Yo, Jake, if you could pull me in soon, I'd appreciate it. Please and thank you. Give my entries to King 2. He's a legend. I got to go in 20 minutes. One raffle entry for Cheats fan, and it's going to King Lowski. Ladies and gentlemen, his team is in the game on Sunday. His team is going for the three-peat on Sunday. Last year when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, he went over to his neighbor's house and found him dead. What will happen this year? We find out right now.
It's Chiefs fan. Guess what? I'm still looking for a job, bitches. It's Chiefs fan. I'm just going to rub my hands together all day. It's Chiefs fan. There's a whole lot of DNA on this couch. Let's hear it for Chiefs fan. Look, it's my dead neighbor that I didn't kill.
Oh, thanks for pulling me in early, man. Thanks for pulling me in. Gator, amazing intro. Woke up like 30 minutes ago to an hour ago. Got a text from my friend. He's taking me to pick up all my stuff for the salad that I'm making. And I'm not talking about no small salad. You know those big plastic bowls that you toss your wings in?
Sure.
I'm going to have that much salad. I'm going to go through. What I'm going to do is just have a small breakfast and then not eat for the whole entire day. And then when the Super Bowl comes around, 1 pound salad, 3 pound wings.
1 pound salad, 3 pound wings.
Yeah.
Chiefs fan, I'm concerned about your stomach on Sunday. You're going to be able to make it through?
I'll be fine. Dude, in my younger years, I used to chug hot sauce for money. I'll be fine.
Wow. You used to chug hot sauce from... Okay. Do you have any hot sauce on you?
No. I can't do that anymore.
I'm going to send you hot sauce, and next week on the show...
No, I can't. No, I can't do that.
No, why don't we raise money for you? We'll set like a...
No. I can't. I literally can't do that anymore. I tried that 3 years ago, and
And what happened?
My IBS made me crap blood. That's all I'm going to say.
You crapped blood from chugging hot sauce?
Yeah, because I chugged a little bit of Ghost hot sauce. Yeah.
Well, this conversation definitely went in a unique direction.
Yeah, that's why I can't do it anymore. My 20s and my teens, I would chug hot sauce for money.
I see.
But I'm hoping we three-peat. Thanks for pulling me in there early. If we lose, I'll still be on the show the next day, hopefully. I'm hoping you're enjoying yourself. And to the guy that said Kirk Cousins, he hasn't won a ring. He's coming off his ACL. I know Rodgers is coming off his ACL.
It's Achilles, but yes.
But Rodgers went out there banged up in the London game. And even though he threw a pick in that game, he gave it his all. Kirk Cousins would have threw a pick the first play. Kirk Cousins would have threw a pick the first play. Rodgers is way better than Kirk. Kirk is just an overpaid veteran. I hope you guys keep Rodgers, but I just want something good to come from you guys. I know, you have all your coaches in place other than one or two at the moment. You got your GM and all that. I'm just hoping this guy from Denver can elevate you, because I know.
Fan, do you have any superstitions for your team in the Super Bowl? Do you wear red underwear on Super Bowl Sundays?
Instead of what I do is I bring out my red dish towels, and only use those on Super Bowl Sunday.
Really?
Yeah, my team's in it. Like when the Chiefs lost to the Buccaneers, I did not have my red dish towels out. So yeah, my other superstition is I will eat red velvet cupcakes during the game. But
You'll
since
eat
I can't,
red velvet cupcakes during
since
the
I
game.
can't do that during the game, I decided to make red dyed cornbread. Since I got to cut back on the sweets.
I see. Now, is it true that when you were chugging hot sauce and you bled blood,
Yeah.
that was a sign of your Chiefs fandom? Like you bleed Chiefs
Yeah,
red?
it's pretty much bleed. Yeah, bleed Chiefs red. I definitely want this three-peat. There's so many Philly fans talking shit in my DMs on Telegram and in different Discord servers.
How many Discord servers are you in, Chiefs fan?
Since I have Nitro, like 150.
You're in
100 of those
150 Discord servers.
half of those are just for emotes only.
That's pretty wild, Chiefs fan.
Emotes and stickers, yeah. I'm mainly in there for that. On Telegram, I'm in a whole bunch of different sports chats.
I see.
My friends dragged me on a Telegram last year.
Matt says that eating red dye is much healthier than eating cupcakes.
I mean, I could do the cupcakes. My doctor just said don't do them because I told
Do you
her I'm
consider
gonna
yourself a cupcake connoisseur?
Yeah, I used to be 350 pounds. I would eat like 8 cupcakes every few days when I was that big.
I see.
When I was 350 pounds, I had a whole red velvet cake to myself. In under 2 days.
South Philly says, how about filling out a job application?
We'll get to that when the back thing gets taken care of. And I got great news about the back thing, Jake. The Chicago specialists fed me a bunch of crock of shit to get me to go to their doctors. I went to the St. Louis specialist. He's like, "Oh, you don't need all of this. We're just going to give you a nice slit, move those things over, put in a metal piece here, then slit you down here and connect those 2 metal pieces, and you should be back to normal within 6 weeks."
That's great, Chiefs fan.
Chicago doctors made it look like I was going to be out of it for 6 months. But then again, I was going to a quack, if you know what that means.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Who doesn't?
My insurance even told me that guy was on bullshit. Go to the St. Louis doctor.
Let me ask you this before we wrap up here, Chiefs fan. You wake up on Sunday. You look at yourself in the mirror. Your team's going for a 3rd straight Super Bowl title.
Yep.
What are you seeing in that mirror that morning when you look at yourself in the mirror?
Half awake me, then throwing cold water on my face, and I'm talking about ice cold Atlantic water. I let my
freezing water.
I tell that freezing type of water to wake me up in the morning, because my eyes are always shut when I wake up. What I'm seeing is this a hopeful dream of a three-peat, and hoping that the salt mines of every other fan base that don't like my team can go eat rock salt.
Do you want to drink their tears, Chiefs fan?
Yeah. You remember the episode where Cartman killed Scott's parents?
Of
And he
course.
was licking off the tears of Scott, and Scott's his half brother, by the way. I want to do that to every Chiefs hater. Lick your tears off your face.
I see. I'll tell you what, Chiefs fan.
Also, I want to use your tears as seasoning for my steak.
So you want to use tears for seasoning on your steak? Am I following correctly?
For that extra salt.
I see.
But yeah,
all right, Chiefs fan. Give us a
for pulling
score
on early.
prediction. Give us a score prediction. Here we go.
27-24. Oh, but my friends are saying 30-27 Eagles. What's going on in the chat like right now is they're all rooting for the Eagles in that one chat, while the other 3 chats I'm in can't stand Philly fans, and most of them are New Yorkers and people from Maine who can't stand the Eagles. So I even got my Patriots fans, family members rooting for me over the Eagles. I know that's not a good ally, but yeah. And the last thing before I go, I just hope you guys have a 10-win season or a 9-win season and at least win one playoff game within the next 2 years.
Well,
Like
I'll tell
if
you what,
Glenn,
Chiefs fan.
if Glenn can get you to the playoffs and then win one game within a 2-year span, that's a good, decent enough start to go up and
Chiefs fan.
try to win more.
From your lips to God's ears, all right?
Peace.
Enjoy the game Sunday. Ladies and
I will.
gentlemen, Chiefs fan.
It's Chiefs fan. Guess what? I'm still looking for a job, bitches. It's Chiefs fan. I'm just going to rub my hands together all day. It's Chiefs fan. There's a whole lot of DNA on this couch. Let's hear it for Chiefs fan. Look, it's my dead neighbor that I didn't kill.
All right, comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Ladies and gentlemen, the first person to send in a $20 super chat or gift 10 memberships will immediately send Roy Parks to the hole. Roy Parks is just brutal. Jake Rodgers, total failure, got hurt instantly, hijacked team's direction, brought more drama than results. Time to face reality. He's 41 and done, but that's not all. Roy Parks, Zach won more games as a Jet than Rodgers, and Rodgers had the better team. He didn't have the better team, Roy. He didn't. It's not true. Where was the defense this year? The same defense that Zach Wilson had? Where was the running game this year? The same running game Zach Wilson had? Where was the kicking game this year? The same kicking game that Zach Wilson had? If you put Aaron Rodgers on 2023 New York Jets, they win 10 or 11 games. The exact season he just had, which was far from perfect, but certainly competent. Cole Thompson wants to send Roy Parks to the hole. He has just paid me $6. God. Roy Parks also is a Zach Wilson truther. He writes in, Zach Wilson has a lot of potential. After spending a year learning under Sean Payton, he's had a chance to improve his mechanics, decision-making, and overall football IQ. He's still young. Are you really going to try and simp for Zach Wilson? The Denver Broncos are moving on from him. It was already announced by one of their reporters that said that they're not going to bring him back. Come on. Stop it. Now he's saying bring back Zach. Good Lord. Good Lord, Roy. You can't believe this. How do these people exist? Big fella in the raffle for 5, but more importantly, sound the alarms. Folks, it needed to be done. We will say farewell right now to Roy Parks.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give him another 24 hours to think about it.
Roy Parks is gone. I think that guy is a troll, though, because I went to the Roy H. Parks School of Communication. So I think that's a troll. But anyway, he's gone. And Ralphie Rocks, just to make sure he's gone, he said was going to bet 20 on the Eagles' money line, but let's send Roy to the hole. 5 raffle entries for Ralphie Rocks. And plus, double the hole. Now, here's what I'm going to do, Ralphie. Don't think for a second that your contribution is going to go unnoticed. That is not going to be valued. There's a guy in the chat that I have great respect for. But unfortunately, he is siding with the wrong person. 3 Siblings J wrote, Free Roy. Gave the 100 emoji, saying that he agrees with this Roy character, this Roy curmudgeon. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 Siblings J also added Roy is goated. With the power invested in me, or actually I think it's vested in me. We went through this earlier in the week. With the power vested in me, we say farewell for the remainder of the show to 3 Siblings J.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give him another 24 hours to think about it.
Sad. Sad what's happening here. Sympathizing with the enemy. Three siblings, Jay. Ladies and gentlemen, Jets Johnny has just paid $20 to free Jay. So with the power vested in me, we say hello to Jay, who has been paid to come out of the hole. In 10 seconds, you will see Three Siblings Jay's comments once again appear in the chat. Unbelievable. Jets Johnny coming through to free Jay, plus get another 5 raffle entries. For those, once again, I'm going to keep saying it because I know people tune in all the time and then go back and watch the rest. We did the raffle. 14th Asmaniac raffle, 2 Namath helmets. Klecko helmet, Gastineau helmet. These are all autographed. Glenn photo, Glenn jersey. If you won, go back to right after the Leger Douzable interview that started this show an hour and 25 minutes ago and check out the raffle. If you won, message me, email me, Asman Jake. If you're on Discord, you can message me there. Send me the address, and I'm going to get all the items that were won out next week when I get back from New Orleans. But guess what? Jay is returned. New Jersey, the Super Trucker, has gifted 5 channel memberships. Boom. Sound like a little John Madden there on a Football Friday. Boom. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 channel memberships have been gifted. Hit it, AG.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Jets. And we are indeed built for this. Let's see who got these memberships from New Jersey, the Super Trucker, who's now in our 15th raffle. After we did our 14th raffle here on a Football Friday. Actually, I can't even see who got the... Hold on. I think it's right here. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have quite the guest joining us right now. I don't know what's about to happen here. This is breaking news. Who is this fine mascot here? What am I working with here, Paul? I need some information. What is this? Hold on, get him in the shot. Let me see this.
Super Pepperino.
All right, Super Pepperino's here. He's struggling with sit down, Super Pepperino. He is the official CD Leganis mascot. The first time ever in the USA. Now, I don't know anything, all right? You're going to have to fill me in. What do you do, sir? Or ma'am? Or it? They, that, I don't know. What do you got? Can't talk. You can't even talk. This is Radio Row in a nutshell. You got sign language, love? Can you give love to the Jet fan base in New York? We're down bad. We have lost a lot of hope. We're hoping Aaron Glenn's the guy. Do you think that the Jets can one day be good? Yep. I see. Now, you're dressed like you're a soccer player, or is it football in your native land? Yeah. I see. Yep. Anyone have a question for this guy? He's Super Pepino. There we go. Biggest guest we've had on the week here. You know, forget Gary V or Brandon Marshall. We've had this guy. Yeah, you enjoying New Orleans? Yep. Yep, he is. Or she is. Or they is. Yep. We don't really know. Are you an alien? Well, no, you're a pickle. What's your favorite pickle? Dill pickle? Yeah. See. Well, thank you for the time. It was an honor to meet you. Say hello. Yep. Appreciate it. Yep. There it is. Someone wrote he looks like a green penis. Yep. It's kind of the vibe I get as well. Hey, thank you very much, Mr. Penis. I mean, it does kind of look like a green penis. All right, this show's been pretty wild. We had Leger Douzable. You moved it. Yeah, you can leave it right there. It's fine. We had Leger Douzable, Jameis Winston, and Super Pepino, a.k.a. Green Dildo or Mr. Penis. This is some show, folks. Rasta Dread in the raffle has gifted a channel membership. Rasta Dread, thank you very much. By the way, I was in the middle of talking about New Jersey, the Super Truckers membership. CC, Clap City, Frank West, Gerard Suarez, and EJ all received memberships there. The most recent membership gift that has come through here, the Pipeline for All, ladies and gentlemen, listener Jason Ratcliffe got the membership just now from Rasta Dread, who's in our next raffle. Rasta Dread, I appreciate it. Tyrone with a super chat. That's a raffle entry. I can't do this Tyrod over Rodgers. What this guy do to get so much hate, LOL, was offered a job being employed by the Jets. I mean, that happens every day. Yeah, look, I don't understand some of the hate Rodgers gets. Some of it he brings on himself. I get it. He's outspoken. I don't have a problem with it personally. I think he's right about a lot of what he says, but just from a football standpoint, I think he's the best option. Jerry Moore writes in, Jets hire a new running back coach. What do you think about it? If this is true, this is the first I'm seeing it, so let me find out who the new running back coach is. Because I've been on the air here. Let's see. The New York Jets, have they hired a new running back coach? Who reported it? Someone tell me who reported it, Jerry, or anyone else in the chat. Jay Quest wants to know when Winston was on. Jameis Winston joined earlier in the show. It was one of the longest interviews we've ever done. Here's the whole thing. Hey, Jameis, would you come to the Jets? They might need a quarterback. Yeah. Jets, Jets. Ladies and gentlemen, our exclusive interview with now friend of the show, Jameis Winston. His words were, do Jets fly? Which to me means, yeah, he definitely would be a Jet. Friend of the show now, Jameis Winston. Incredible. All right. Where do we go from here? I know. We say hello right now to the big fella. What's up, big fella?
Hey, man. From Jameis Winston to the green dildo, this is a great
Would you say it looked more like a green dildo or green penis? Many are discussing.
That's a green dildo right there, man. I would say.
Fair.
Jolly green. But anyway, I haven't talked to you in a little bit. The Rick Spielman hire, that is probably the best hire we did all off season. Can't wait to see what happens with that. Gets Woody out of the whole thing, and I
think it just adds key experience to a front office that is inexperienced. You know?
Yeah, but also I see him as a buffer for Moogie and Aaron Glenn to Woody, so I think that's good just to get him out of the whole get him as far away from the football operations as possible. And plus he has a good track record with Minnesota and everything, so I'm very excited about that. And this offseason, I know it always gives us hope, but this is hope in a different way because we already had players. So to get hopefully confident leadership in the building, it makes me very hopeful for the future of this team.
It's a good start. Obviously, actions will speak louder than words, but all we can do is evaluate in real time, and I think it's a good hire. So I'm on board.
Yeah. I mean now, and as for the Rodgers thing, I'll be happy with Rodgers coming back. I wasn't in the beginning, and then I thought about it, and I was like maybe, but I'd be happy if we bring Rodgers back. If we get Jackson Dart, that's who I want, man. That's who I want. Draft Jackson Dart, not at 7. I don't know. Maybe some team is going to go nuts and go really high on him, and we won't be able to. But I need a quarterback to learn under him for 1 year. That's what I need. A good young quarterback to learn under him, and we'll be straight with that. So that's why.
Yeah, I just don't see a better option.
Yeah,
I don't and I want them to still take a quarterback on day 2. Or I'd be okay if they took Dart at the end of the first round. I wouldn't hate that. I'd be like, I get it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, and people saying he has baggage and everything. What baggage? Mind your business. Watch him play football. Don't worry about his personal stuff.
100%.
And go just root for the team. That's it.
Jay Quest wants to know how much super chats for big fella to do the Costanza with angel wings pose.
I don't even know what that is.
Hold on. I think I know what he means. George Costanza. It's an iconic episode of him on the sofa in his underwear and I will.
I'm not getting him underwear, man. No way. You don't want to see that.
Even to make an enormous amount of cash from Jquest, who's a very wealthy man.
Oh yeah, well that would be. Well, maybe that would be worth it. You know, I wouldn't be making the cash. You would be, bro. So.
No. I'm going to share it with you. We're business partners on this adventure.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
Here, you couldn't do this for us. Here, let's pull it up here.
What is this? Oh fuck that! Hell no!
We can order this on Amazon. We'll just replace you in the frame.
I could picture Gator or Weed making a picture right now with that. So yeah, no, that's quite all right, man. But who do you have in the Super Bowl?
I like the Chiefs. I think they win a close game.
Me too. If nothing but the fact that I can't root for Mekhi Becton to win the Super Bowl. No way in hell. So
what about Bryce Huff or the great Braden Mann?
You see, Bryce Huff and Braden Mann, they didn't talk crap about the team. You know, Mekhi Becton, he did. You know, and he should. He's just you know, we tried to do our best by him, and you know, we told him you can't play outside, you have to play inside. And that fat tub of shit, he didn't listen, and then he's bitching about how, you know, the Jets mistreated him. Well, we told you not to shovel all that food in your mouth, fat boy. So, you know, and then he decides to go over there and talk crap. So you know what? I will never root for a team that he's on. Period. F that guy.
Strong, but I get it.
You know what I mean.
Big fella, you're the man. Thanks for all the support as always.
All right, man. Have a good one. Talk to you later.
Big fella, checking in. Quick super chat here from Thomas. He writes in, I would like an interview with Wayne Corbett. Let me just grab Wayne Corbett from Never Neverland. I love Wayne Corbett. He was on with us during our megacast last year during the first round of the NFL draft. We'll get Wayne on again. You know, obviously he does the show with Robbie Sabo, who's a good friend of this channel. So I can definitely work on that. Should I tease what the next prize is for the raffle? I already told you guys about the Curtis Martin helmet as our big prize. I was going to wait a few days, but since we're on topic here, why not? You guys support this channel, and you allow me to be able to do cool things like this. So prize number 2, an Asmaniac raffle 15. A Wayne Corbett autographed jersey that will come authenticated as well. How about that? So a signed Corbett jersey is our second prize. So Martin helmet prize 1, Corbett jersey prize 2. Let's keep it rolling here. For this show, super chats of $5 gets you 1 entry, of 10 gets you 3, 20 gets you 5. And you help support the Jake Asman in New Orleans fund. After I had to spend $1,100 on the damn Wi-Fi to do the show, which is insane. Let's get to more of your calls here before we start to wrap up the show. For those tuning in late, Leger Douzable joined us at the top of the show today. He was excellent. Let's say hello to Hulk Smash, who's next. What's up, Hulk?
What's going on, Jake? Long time no see, man. How you feeling?
Living the dream, man. Another glorious day here in New Orleans.
Word. I heard you got the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. That's understandable.
I'm done. I'm not picking against them. I think they win a close game. I think if the Eagles are going to win, it's going to have to be how
Buffalo beat the Chiefs this past season.
Yeah, No, I was thinking I think it almost has to be like a blowout, like what we saw against the Tampa Bay Bucks in that Super Bowl, the one Super Bowl they lost with Mahomes and Andy Reid when they got blown out. Because I think the Eagles have the better overall team if you're ranking like the talent. But I think game on the line, who do you trust more? Kansas City with Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the refs, or the Philadelphia Eagles? You know,
I trust Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the refs more than the Eagles. I have to say, I don't know if this is like a real trend, but it's like a speculation of mine. Haven't you realized that when these new coaching hires of former players that become coaches, they actually have some really early success, with the team and with the organization. You look at DeMeco Ryans. You look at Mike Vrabel, who's another players coach. There's been a couple where they, especially early in the early stages, they actually have a lot of success, with the team that they're coaching. So in my mind, I think that this Aaron Glenn is a full circle, moment for the Jets organization. Like, I understand, yeah, he's a defensive minded coach, but look how, like I said, look at D'Amico Ryans, right, for the Texans. CJ Stroud.
Yep.
Like, defensive minded, he played defense, played for the organization, and now he's the head coach and they made the playoffs.
Yeah, look, and just look at Jet history of first-year coaches. Most of them, outside of Saleh, had success. Al Groh had a winning year. Herm made the playoffs. Mangini made the playoffs. Rex made the playoffs. Even Todd Bowles won 10 games. They haven't won more than 7 since. So, most first-time coaches in recent Jets history have had a good first year.
I did flirt with the idea of bringing Rex Ryan back just to bring back some nostalgia.
Yeah, I mean, look, you guys know I love Rex. Unfortunately, he kind of lost me with his lack of a coaching staff plan. And, I don't know if you saw my interview with Brian Costello the other day, Hulk Smash, but I asked him about Rex. And he said he heard that Rex's interview was emotional, but he didn't have a good answer when they asked him about his coaching staff. And that kind of scared the Jets away a little bit.
Which is completely understandable.
Yep, 100%. But, I mean, look.
Like I said, been a long time, but it's good to see you, Jake. Have a good one, man.
Thank you, Hulk Smash. Look, I'll tell you what, Rex's legacy, I think, it doesn't get hurt by him not getting the job. It gets protected in a way. Because if Rex came back and it didn't work, we would think differently about the Rex Ryan years. Like, we love the Rex Ryan years. And I think part of the reason why we love it so much is looking back on it, how bad it's been since. So I think the fact that Rex is not the Jet coach, I think that's a good thing because I think Aaron Glenn was the better candidate. And I didn't always feel that way, but the more I listen to Glenn and see what he's done with the staff and certainly how he handled the media, he did a lot of what I thought would be the appeal of Rex, and Glenn's been coaching. He's a better candidate. Especially because the Jets have handed the keys to the organization to Glenn, who at least has a scouting background. I think the biggest issue Rex had was not X's and O's and coaching. It was when he basically had more control over the roster, right? Tannenbaum leaned on him with draft selections and free agent signings. That's when the talent on the Jets started to drop. That was the issue. Rex took over a really talented team. So I think from that standpoint, Rex's legacy is almost protected now because it's like we still get to think fondly of the 2 championship season runs. That's how I look at it. And it gives me a good reason to play this.
Oh, yeah. You know what time it is. You tried to throw him away, but this man's coming back. Sometimes he's fat or thin. That waistband makes him slim. He's got the fix you need. They call him sexy. Rexy.
Fuck Gruden, he's no Jet. I'm here to crack some skulls. I'll turn these boys to men. This team is stacked with pros. Hire me, you won't break your purse. I'm here to break the curse. They call me sexy Rexy. Fuck all you naysayers.
Ooh, sexy. Ooh, he's sexy Rexy. Sexy. He's sexy Rexy. Sexy. He's sexy Rexy. Sexy. He's sexy Rexy.
Love you, Rexy. Sexy Rexy. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we're 10 likes away from 200. So if you could click the thumbs up icon if you're watching live or after the fact, help us get there. Dakota writes in, Jake, we love you, man. You speak for the entire fan base at a young age. It's incredible the amount of amazing things you've done for this fan base, for the organization of the New York Jets. Well, thank you, Dakota. You're being very nice. Sometimes you aren't nice to me, so it's appreciated. Jake said that Bobby called today. He did call. He said that the interview went well, and he's expecting to hear from them next week when the other manager he spoke to is back from a family situation. All right, a few more calls, then we wrap. Big Cho is up next, then Matthew. What's up, Big Cho?
Jake, what's up, brother?
Cho, how are you?
Doing well. Just thought I'd catch you before I went to practice.
I appreciate it, Big Cho. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Hey, I'm psyched. I found out I was honorable mention for the month of January.
You were. The rankings came out on Monday, and you had a great month, Big Show. Keep it going.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Hopefully I can make it into the tournament.
I think you got a chance, Big Show. It's gonna be tough, man. We got a lot of great people, but you got to keep doing your thing. I think people like the angles you call in from. They love the Big Show neck.
Oh, do they?
Oh yeah.
I'm resting with my pillows. I've had several spinal fusions on my neck and back, so I've had some trouble in the past.
I'll tell you what, the Jake Asman T-shirt I sent you looks good on you, Big Show.
Oh yeah, wear it with pride, man. Wear it to practice.
Love that. Love that. Appreciate it, man. I got my swag on right now. We're in the polo shirt. Got the hat here. We're rocking and rolling.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you have any beanie hats?
We do. We have winter hats. We have a bunch of them. They say Jake Asman Show and Asmaniac on them, and there's a bunch of different colors and styles.
I wear the beanie hats, the ones that don't have any cuffs in them.
Love that. Yeah, we have that. If you want to take a look, go to jakeasman.com.
Yeah, definitely. I need to get one, man. You got them in green?
Of course we do.
I'm just playing. Hey, quick question while I got you on. In the later rounds, what quarterback would you like to see with the Jets in the later rounds?
I liked Kyle McCord from Syracuse. I would take a chance on Milroe if it's day 3 because of his physical traits. I wouldn't take him earlier than that. I would take a dart throw on. I mean, a dart wouldn't really be a dart throw, but you told me it's round 2. I'd be intrigued by that.
If Dart was still there round 2?
Yeah, round 2 for Jackson Dart, I think would make a lot of sense.
Okay. Well, listen, I got to run to go to practice, but I just want to call and check in.
Big Show, you're the man. I appreciate you. Hit the like button for Big Show. We're now over 200 likes. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in live. You guys watched the Stu Gatz interview I put on the channel today? It was funny stuff. Or the Craig Carton interview from yesterday, or Gary V on the show. Or my exclusive earlier, this show with Jameis Winston. Hey, Jameis, would you come to the Jets? They might need a quarterback. Jets, Jets. Ladies and gentlemen, our exclusive interview with now friend of the show, Jameis Winston. Pretty good. Pretty good. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. We're starting to wind down here our longest show of the day from Radio Row, our normal show. Wanted to give you guys the normal show at least once a day, in addition to all the interviews and bonus content we have this week. Let's say hello on the Gusbuster hotline to Matthew C., who's next. Hey, Matthew.
Hey, Jake. How's it going, man?
What's up, Matthew? Welcome aboard, man. You joined the Patreon recently, too, didn't you?
Yeah, I was a member last year, and then, the Jets kind of broke me during the season, and I didn't re-up. And, but I'm a big fan of your show. I found you, I think, like the end of the 22 season. And, after COVID, I'm watching a lot of games by myself, and it was nice to, find like an online community, people commenting on the game. And you pretty much replaced my, you're where I get all my Jets news now. I tune into you. I've kind of dropped all the national media, and it's nice just to hear, real fans with the same sickness I got. And so I just want to call in while it's kind of slow. Yeah, totally.
I appreciate it.
Join the conversation. And, my first disappointment, I've been a fan a long time, was probably, Miami Mud Bowl with A.J. Dewey. A long time ago, when I was a kid, and that was just the disappointment just continued. We got little hope there, here and there, but ultimately ending in disappointment. And, I like the hope right now. I like what's going on. I'm reminded of like last time Woody did the, called in Sony, he hired Charlie Casserly. I think him from the Houston Texans, right? And then like we end up with McCagan from the Texans. Ugh. And then, O'Brien, what was his name? O'Brien was the coach, and he was at Penn State for a little bit. So, McCagan just, I don't think they did much. He just got the call like, oh yeah, Hackenberg's pretty good. You should draft him, and how that ended up. So I like what they're doing now. I think they kind of went with Woody's learned from his past mistakes, I think. So there's a little more hope in the process for me anyways.
I agree with you. I think the process was sound. I like having Spielman and Tannenbaum involved. Look, I mean, Aaron Glenn was thought to be a top candidate going in, so it's not like it's shocking there. You're more relying on the 33rd team for Darren Muji, who no one knows. You know, like no one knew who the assistant GM of the Broncos was. Like you just don't know what assistant GMs do. So having two GMs who've done the job in the room, leading the interview and coming away saying they think he's the best guy for the job, I think there's value in that. I do.
Yeah, and I think the Spielman hire is great. You know, and as far as the quarterback, what's up with the kid they drafted last year with what he had, the MCL that was kind of red-shirted? Is he?
Yeah, he had like every knee injury in the book last year. Very serious. I mean, he wasn't even cleared for practice. He was supposed to be ready for training camp, and we'd see him in the preseason. He never even got cleared all year. He had a couple setbacks, they said. I wouldn't expect anything from Jordan Travis. Anything he gets a bonus. We'll see if he's healthy for minicamp. You know, that will be our first chance to look at him, OTAs, all that.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. And yeah, so I'm just optimistic. You know, kudos to you, because even this season I kind of tapped out a little bit. Like this year I was just numb. You know, after like last year, probably around week 10, you know, I was done. There's a little hope. They still won some games with you know, what's his name? That's over with Broncos now.
Zach,
and
yeah,
you know, and the name that to remain unspoken. And you know, we'll see. I'd be okay with Rodgers coming back. You know, Tyrod, you know, it feels like the same thing with you know, back in 15 with the beard, man. You know, like a journeyman quarterback. You know, like, and of course the last game of that year he throws 4 or 5 picks, and you know, we don't get in. And I totally, you know, it's been great though, man. I've been enjoying your interviews with this Radio Row and enjoying your show. And I just want to call in and, you know, it's been great watching your show grow, watching you follow your passion. And, you know, like Gator's been awesome. You know, he just keeps shining more and more. So it's been a lot of fun. So I just wanted to get in, say hello, and get in on the conversation a little bit.
Matthew, I appreciate it. Now, the chat's asking the question that I was going to ask as well. Are you related to one of our other callers, Robert C?
Robert C. I don't think so.
Well, so this is your first ever call. I want to take you back to Robert C's first ever call on this show. We'll find out if you guys are related. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is someone with the greatest camera quality you will ever see. Robert C is up next. Hello, Robert.
So I try to pull up your channel on YouTube. What the Jets need to do is win.
Robert, thank you for the call. I don't know if that's your camera, if you're hanging out with Weed the People, if you're in a sauna, but that was great.
I don't think there's any relation, man. Well, it would be hard. It'd be hard to tell.
I had to ask. Well, I'll tell you what. Great start to your journey calling into the show, Matthew. Really appreciate the kind words and your first ever call here.
Yeah. By the way, man, the new prizes like Corbett and Martin are two of my favorite Jets of all time, and you know, they've given some of the highlight moments. You know, Curtis Martin with 10 seasons, 1,000 yards plus. You know, crazy, and Corbett, you know, all time.
I appreciate it. So we did, we did Namath for Super Bowl week. We did, Klecko and Gastineau. I want to basically like deviate between different eras for each raffle. So we did, the Namath era, Sagashins. Now let's make sure we get the 90s and 2000s with Corbett and Curtis. We'll add Aaron Glenn because he's got both now. He's current and past. So we're going to mix it up and continue to have raffles because they're good for the channel and they're good for the listeners out there who support the channel.
Yeah, it's funny. I came in on the show a little bit late, so I was like listening on delay, and I wanted to get in on the raffle, and then I fast forward, and because I was delayed, I had just missed it. You know, like, so yeah, I got to get on the next one. That's a good little thing you got going there with the subscriptions and the raffles. It's a nice little engine for you. So good success to you, man. Awesome.
Matthew, great call, man. Really appreciate the kind words. All right, last chance here. Hit the like button if you haven't. We're monitoring the Radio Row pathway behind me here. See if we get any other exclusive interviews like the one we just got with the great Jameis Winston. Of course. I wish Gary was on hold. get his thoughts on my exclusive one-on-one with Jameis. By the way, where did that guy go? There was a guy dressed up as like Peyton Manning. He looked just like him. It was pretty funny. I was like, Cole, see if we can get fake Peyton Manning on, but I don't know where he went. So never mind. I'd be like, thanks for hiring Adam Gase, Peyton. All right, Rob the Jet Fan is on the line. And before we bring on Rob the Jet Fan, there's one thing I have to do. It's a requirement on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time.
Women.
Hey, Jake.
Hello, Rob.
How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Can you hear me good?
I can hear you good, but stand by. Jets Johnny has just spent $20 to get Matthew C in the raffle. How about that? Matthew C, these entries, they're going to you. A 5 spot. Bang. Anyway, continue, Rob.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I just called. I wanted to say, Jake, you're killing it there. You're doing a great job, buddy. We appreciate the content that you're giving us and all the interviews that you're doing. They've been really good. It was interesting when you had Carton on and stuff. I didn't realize that you knew him for like 8 years ago, and you took a photo with him. And, you know, I realized that you had in common of both living in Syosset, but I didn't realize that you knew him.
So Chris Russo is originally from Syosset. Carton I only knew just by being a listener. Carton I only knew as a listener, and he came on my radio shows you saw in the interview when I was in college. Russo, well, one I host on Mad Dog Radio, but I mean he's a Syosset native, so you know I obviously have gotten to know him a little bit.
I got half of the story right. I mixed that up. Yeah, but that was kind of cool when he told you that you got to pick either being a jokester or a prankster or the smart guy. That was pretty good advice, you know, if you think about it. He's actually right, but I found that very fascinating. Now, as far as what's going on lately, Jake, because I haven't been able to call lately, my house has been upside down lately. But you know, all these coaches, what I'm afraid about, Jake, is a lot of these coaches are first-time coaches in that position for the Jets. That's the only thing that I'm really scared about. I'm not saying that they can't good. You know, the Tanner, the coordinator, Tanner, what's his name?
Engstrand.
Engstrand, thank you. So I'm not saying he can't be good. He could definitely be good. And then we have a lines coach who's doing it for the first time. We used to be a tight ends coach. So I'm just a little bit scared that, you know, that Aaron's picking all these guys and they're all first-time coordinators at that position other than Wilkes being the defensive coordinator. Now, what I do like is that they hired Spielman to be the advisor. That was a great hiring. How do you feel about the inexperience and what's going on, hiring these guys for the first time? Are you still confident of what's going on? Do you still think that we're getting Aaron Rodgers back? And then I have another question for you.
I don't know on Rodgers. I think it's really contingent on some of the stipulations we've outlined now. As far as the coaching staff, the Wilkes hire I love. I understand the upside of Engstrand. It makes sense. Obviously, they tried for Nick Haley. He went to Houston instead. Nothing you can do about that. I am, cautiously optimistic about the special teams coordinator, Banjo. I know he's highly regarded by Westhoff, and that means a lot to me and should mean a lot to Jet fans. But if you like Aaron Glenn and you believe in Aaron Glenn, then you have to trust that his football acumen will allow him to hire a good coaching staff.
I don't know if I do, Jake. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say I do and I don't because I don't know. You know, we
wait and see. It's okay. You don't need to have a take. It's, hey, we'll see what happens. We'll wait and see. We've been excited before and have gotten burnt how many times? So I get anyone feeling that way.
We loved Robert Saleh last year. I loved it, and it hasn't turned out not so good. So I don't know. I want to love Aaron Glenn. I want him to do a great job. I want the differences that he played for X amount of years for our team. He was in the Pro Bowl. He learned from Bill Parcells and Sean Payton. That helps. And he's from he lived here for a lot of years. Hopefully that's the common denominator, and we're better that way. But I can't say that I'm 100% sure of what's going on. So that's why I kind of leaned and wanted the experienced coach, the Brian Flores. Well, the Bravo was gone, but Flores or McCarthy or, and it didn't happen. So, this would be great if it works out because he's a long-standing, respected Jet in Aaron Glenn. So, it works out fantastic. We'll all be giddy. But I still feel like you, Jake, they got to have Aaron Rodgers back with Dante. I think that has to happen. It's really, really important. I also wanted to shout out to Peter Castro and a shout out to Neil. I saw that interview you had with those two guys. That was hysterical. I loved it. So how you enjoying New Orleans? You're going to miss a nice snowstorm here, Jake. 6 to 12 inches on Saturday through Sunday. So.
Oh, no. I'm flying back tomorrow, Rob. That's not good.
Are you serious?
That's not good. Yeah, I'm flying back tomorrow. I'm working Sunday on Sirius, so I got to get back.
Yeah, look out. We're getting hit with a bad storm. It's supposed to start Saturday night into Sunday morning, and they said anywhere between 6 and 12 inches. I thought you were going to be there a while.
No, I'm flying out tomorrow around noonish, so hopefully my flight is not delayed.
No, you probably miss it because I don't think it starts until nighttime, but just be careful, brother.
All right. Well, Rob, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call, as always. Super chat. How about this from Green Bean? Hey, J.A., can Spielman buffer between Woody, Muji / Glenn? My understanding, Green Bean, is that the buffer for those guys is Jaime Elhai, who Aaron Glenn and Muji both specifically shouted out. That's Jaime Elhai's role as the team president. I was talking to Brian Costello about this the other day. Now, could Spielman be a valuable resource to Woody? Sure. Woody could call Spielman if he doesn't want to call Muji directly, and Spielman could be the liaison, perhaps. I don't know. But I think the buffer in that role, that term buffer, to me, that's team president's job. That's Jaime Elhai, who's the connector of the football operation to the business side. Speaking of the devil, Robert C. is in the chat. We had Matthew C. We have Robert C. Super chat, 5 raffle entries with this super chat here. We're about to wrap up, so if you want in on the raffle for the Corbett signed jersey or the signed Curtis Martin Hall of Fame helmet, we're accepting them. We did Asmaniac raffle 14 earlier, so rewind for those tuning in if you want to find out if you won. First time, long time. Great job with the show, Jake. Rodgers definitely best option for next season. Got to go with the Chiefs to win Sunday. Mahomes, like Michael, can't bet against them. Look, someone beat Mahomes, right? That's why I'm picking the Chiefs. Close game, tight. I think they're going to find a way. If the Eagles win, I think they win by 10 or more. I think it's a blowout. Similar to what happened when Mahomes lost his one Super Bowl to Brady in that Bucs team. He was running for his life. Thank you for the super chat, Jose. And welcome aboard, man. Glad you got your first super chat on the show. It's a good one. 5 entries. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. We're going to wrap up the show. We went live for 2 hours here. We had Leger Douzable join us at the top. Thank you to everyone for your support. As always, couldn't have done it without you. There'll be some more interviews dropping on the channel. So stay tuned for that. It's our final day here at Radio Row broadcasting the show. Thanks to Cole for his helping. Thanks to everyone who has tuned in over the last several days. Keep checking the channel. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on your notifications, and you'll see more and more great interviews and content from Radio Row here in New Orleans. Once again, my name is Jake Asman. This has been the Jake Asman Show. Enjoy your Football Friday, everybody. And I know what I'm going to do to play us out. All right? Get ready to sing along. Hey, Aaron Glenn, sing it.
Bring it on.
I wanted this job. Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets. We're built for this shit. There's nothing better than having you start here as a player, here as a scout, and now here as a head coach. And I'm ready for it. It's all about the Jets. This is bigger than me. I look forward to this.